everyone and welcome to my card predictions for WrestleMania. It's been well over a year now since I retired from doing videos, but guess what? TLF and his stupid French accent is back. For how much time though? Well, for as long as possible, but I guess I will talk about that more at the end of the video. By the way, I'm doing this video before Fastlane, so the card is definitely subject to change. But enough of this, it is time for WrestleMania. First, for the Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy versus Oney Lorcan. So right now there's a tournament going on to determine who's going to challenge Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania. To be honest, I think it's going to be either Cedric Alexander or Oney Lorcan, even if there's chances that this one might turn into a triple threat depending on what happens on 205 Live in the following weeks. For now, I'm just going to pick Lorcan. Not a lot of people knows him, but you might be surprised. Then, for the Smackdown Women's Championship, I'm going to pick the Battle Royal stipulation. This one is kind of tricky to predict because at the moment I don't see anyone who could legitimately challenge Asuka on a one-on-one. Rumors says Lacey Evans maybe, but at the moment she's doing nothing special except walking in and out, and in and out, you know. Fandango did kind of the same in his debut, but I'm still not sure. However, if WWE continues to make a Battle Royal for both men's and women's each year, then it would be clever to mix it with the Women's Championship, especially on a stock card like the one we might have at WrestleMania. And with the Superstar Shakeup coming after Mania, anyone could win and be drafted after, so that's not an issue here if somebody from Raw or Smackdown takes the win. So we'll see. Following that, for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus the Hardy Boys. There was plenty of choice for a team who could face the Usos at WrestleMania because the Smackdown Tag Team division is filled with a lot of talents. And I wanted to pick a team who has strong chances to stay on SmackDown after the Superstar Shakeup. And for me, Jeff and Matt Hardy are the perfect challengers. Even if this match might end up in a kickoff, this is definitely one that everybody will enjoy. Now for the Intercontinental Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor versus Lio Rush. It might be a weird one at first sight, but hear me out. There is strong possibilities that Finn Balor will again defend the IC Championship against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania with Lio Rush at ringside. However, there is a bit of tension between Lio and Bobby, which could lead to Lio aiming for the championship too. I don't speak about a betrayal, but more about Lio being kind of rebellious and low-key trying to get a part of the cake too. It could be a small change that brings a little more interest into this championship match. We are then having a confrontation between The Miz and Shane McMahon. So tonight, at Fastlane we got the Usos vs Shane and The Miz for the Tag Team Championship, and the end of this match might finally set up a feud between them, with Miz turning on his partner. Nonetheless, WWE could swerve everybody and instead make Shane turn on The Miz, which sounds a little bit odd, but why not? In any case, there is good chances that these two will fight each other on the greatest stage of them all. After this, we get the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Nothing special here, this match is now a WrestleMania traditional. People like Elias, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman or even Kevin Owens could be participating if they are not booked for any storyline after Fastlane. Still, it's pretty complicated to predict who could participate since literally anyone is able to. There is another guy whose current stature in WWE isn't predictable and needs to be talked about. And I'm speaking about Dean Ambrose. As you all know, Dean's contract is coming to an end, and he apparently has chosen not to renew it, meaning that he's going to leave WWE after WrestleMania. This one hit me right in the face because I really like this guy. But he always said that he will leave when no one expected it, and he has all the right to do so. So the big question is he leaving for real, or is it a work? Everyone has an opinion on that one, and personally I unfortunately think that indeed we're seeing the last of Dean Ambrose. Which means he might not even be part of the WrestleMania card, even if he's competing tonight at Fastlane with the Shield. If he's present though, then he could have an influence on the following contest. Because the next match is going to be Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin. But the catch here is that I'm putting Ambrose and McIntyre at ringside. And why not actually turning it into a tag team match? But with Dean's contract situation, it's nearly impossible to know what's going to happen. If Ambrose leaves, then he might end up, like I said, at ringside or teaming up with Roman, or not even be part of anything. If he doesn't, we might actually have Ambrose vs Reigns at WrestleMania, or later on. And there is still possibilities of WWE actually giving Roman a match against his buddy, if it is indeed Ambrose's last match ever, you know? At the moment there's no way to have any certitude on this whole situation. I guess we'll need to wait after Fastlane to get some answers. Then I'm thinking Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe and Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. If R-Truth was still champion, I was thinking about the US Championship not being defended at all with the champ heading up into the men's battle royal. But now that Samoa Joe has won the title, everything has changed. Problem is we might end up with like 14 matches on this year's WrestleMania, so I guess WWE will have no choice but to mix up storylines or drop them. There is a feud going on between Orton and Styles that might lead to a one-on-one match at Mania. Joe and his championship joining the parties to make it a triple threat is an idea. There is also Mustafa Ali, who just came back and was supposed to have quite a big push before getting injured and replaced by Kofi Kingston. He also had a storyline with Joe before all of that, so Ali can easily be included and scheduled as an underdog to therefore make it a fatal 4-way. Now, for the brand new Women's Tag Team Championship, I pick Bayley and Sasha Banks against Lita and Trish Stratus. New championships means new storylines, and with the Women's Tag Team division who is still rising up, literally anyone could challenge them. It's even worse to predict that one when you know that it could be anyone from Raw, Smackdown, or even NXT. But I'm going for the Hall of Fame side with Trish and Lita. They already teamed up for WWE Evolution last year, and it's the WrestleMania season, so anything can happen. For the Raw Tag Team Championships, we got Aleister Black and Ricochet, The Revival, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and Heavy Machinery inside a fatal 4-way tag team ladder match. There is a lot of potential challengers to take the titles off The Revival, if they are still champions until then, of course. The NXT call-ups, Heavy Machinery and Black and Ricochet and the previous champs are all in a good position for a match at WrestleMania. So make them happy by throwing them all together and make us happy by making it a ladder match. I mean, it would be awesome. Next, for the WWE Championship, the new Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. All the hype around Kofi Kingston is insane right now. Ever since he took Mustafa Ali's place inside the Elimination Chamber and his incredible performance in the Gauntlet match on Smackdown, Kofi Mania is running wild. So when Kofi was suddenly removed from Fastlane, everyone was kinda shocked, but we knew pretty quickly it was for the best, because now this match might happen on the grandest stage of them all instead, and turn Kofi from a placeholder to a believable threat to Daniel Bryan's championship reign, if Kevin Owens failed to beat the champ at Fastlane. In any case, Kofi deserved that opportunity without any doubt. So him versus Bryan at WrestleMania? 1,000 yes. Following that, it's going to be a clash of titans. Triple H versus the return of the animal, Batista. To be honest, if Batista didn't surprise everyone and show up on Monday Night Raw to send a message to Triple H with the attack on Ric Flair, I would have forgot about this one. But that's my bad, because this match is actually teased since October 2018 on SmackDown 1000, when Batista said to Triple H, "You did everything in this business except beat me." So today, with what happened lately, it's pretty clear that these two are going to clash at WrestleMania. Now, for the Universal Championship, the match is already set. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. However, one major thing could have changed this contest: Roman Reigns' return. There was a small possibility that Roman will go straight back to the Universal Championship picture, since it technically never lost the belt, and worse, knowing that Lesnar is the one who took the championship after he lost it to the big dog. But this situation has been clarified last Monday night, and Roman is going to stay out and just wish all the best for Seth, who absolutely deserved that one-on-one against the Beast. So, without a big surprise, nothing's to change it. And finally, for the main event, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, of course, for the Raw Women's Championship. For those who followed me since the beginning, I seriously began doing dream cards and predictions with the WrestleMania 33 dream card 2 years ago. And if you remember it, one of the match featured on this card was co-main event Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Thing was, Ronda was miles away from a WWE contract, but hey, that's why it was called the dream match. No way it would happen. But now, here we are 2 years later with the exact same match happening for real. Ronda Rousey is now a WWE superstar, who surprised everybody with how much ease she transitioned from the octagon to the squared circle. Charlotte Flair cemented herself as the woman of WWE. And speaking of the woman, here comes the man. It's pretty safe to say that Rousey vs Charlotte will turn into a triple threat with Becky Lynch added to the match. I mean, it was the idea since the beginning, and actually WWE did a fantastic job to bring this idea into reality. And if they also wish to book the first ever women's match to main event WrestleMania, this is definitely the one. And that is it for this card. As you may have seen, I didn't speak about The Undertaker or John Cena cause I don't see much for them at Mania. Maybe just a segment for at least one of them? I don't know. Tell me what you think about it and tell me your predictions down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, really happy to be back, I missed you all, and I hope I'll be able to do this stuff for a long time. For the moment, I got all the free time in the world since I lost my job. The eSport team who hired me suddenly disappeared, leaving me and my coworkers in the dark for a few times, but after a good dose of justice and paperwork, here I am now. Have a good fast lane everyone, that's it for this week, obviously, as always. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you next Sunday, probably for some Superstar Shakeup. I'm TLF, and I'll see you next time.